What's up, babies? This is KingBadger and...
This is me,
Gary the
Tuna. Pleasure and a privilege.
Oh, tuna, my tuna. And we are playing Final Fantasy VII. It's not the remake, it's the...
It's not even a remaster, it's just a re-release. Well, they just made it compatible with the PS4.
Right, it does have some neat new features, though, that whole time stream. Does the time stream work on this? I don't remember.
No, that is true. No, it doesn't work on cutscenes. Okay. I have attempted in the past.
Alright.
It does have neat features where you can speed up the game and everything goes faster. It's got a neat feature where you can turn on battle boosts so your limit and your health and mana regen really fast.
And we should show them these things, but we should also skip the skip battle stuff because that one was kind of
yeah,
lame.
that's fair. You could also skip battles, which might come in a future video where we try to beat this game, skipping all battles except for bosses. It's probably not going to go well, but it might be kind of worth watching.
Right. Anyway, so the main reason we're doing this is, and I can't speak for Gary, the main reason I'm recording this, so this series might be a little boring. It's a good one to put on when you're going to sleep, is that I've tried to play Final Fantasy VII a whole lot when I was a kid. I loved this game. This game was like the game. I didn't own it. My cousin owned it.
This game was the revolutionary JRPG back in our day.
Well, it was
25 years ago.
It was one of like 2 games on PlayStation that had 3 discs, and this one was still like the most full. Like the other one was like a soundtrack. I don't remember. I know that there were a couple of games on PlayStation that had 2 discs, but I don't remember if more than this one had 3. But anyway, I never successfully got past the first disc. When I was playing through it, life happened, and I forgot where I was and what I needed to do. And Gary, did you ever wind up beating Final Fantasy VII?
I never beat Final Fantasy VII. I got to the 3rd disc.
Got a flex on me, big boy?
I mean, a little bit, but the unfortunate part was that, I am an individual that has younger siblings. They overwrote my save game, and I didn't feel like reinvesting that 90 hours of my life.
Right? No, I feel you. I mean, actually, I'm not going to go telling stories out of school, but I've heard a very similar story about Pokemon. Anyway.
Oh my god.
No names, if you're going to tell it. But, oh man, are we... Actually, probably won't even be this episode. I was going to say, are we going to show our friends on here the how to farm soldiers for a full hour?
That was in our preliminary playthrough as we were just testing out the game.
Right.
We found this spot where we could just farm these soldiers, and we just wanted to see what would happen.
Did you want to put this on the ×3 while you're doing stuff?
Yeah, I'll just show them super fast.
I was going to say, if you're welcome to leave it on that, because when when we were playing through that preliminary to get the feel for it, because it's been... way too close to 20 years than I care to admit. I was like, yeah, we should keep it slow so that we've got plenty of time to talk. And then 5 hours later, and we'd mostly been on ×3, we were still not that far.
We put in a lot of work, and it went a lot faster than I remember as a child, but yeah, no, it was a bit of a slog. We're just going to keep our name closed.
If you just press enter, and I guess not enter, options, it'll just pop you over to
this thing.
Oh yeah,
also,
I was playing through all
the thing that I'm wondering about is if I pop it on ×3, the cutscenes are going to go ×3 fast.
I don't think they're too worried about reading any of that stuff, though if there are, you're absolutely welcome to pause the video, and we'd love to hear your comments.
That's true.
Yeah, tell you what, let's play it ×3 now, and if they're like, yeah, this is blah blah blah, and I would like to see it, then they can let us know. And if we don't hear anything, if we don't hear any of your poop, telling us we're scumbags, then we're gonna keep it on times 3. But if you want to read that stuff, you absolutely let us know.
If only you could go through cutscenes on time 3.
Some of them you can.
Alright. We're basically just going to be mashing the OK button. This beginning portion is a little baby mode, so we're just going to, do what we do.
Well, so this was the thing I shared with you when we were playing through it originally, and it wasn't working for you because you insisted on playing it times 3. We were controller swapping, and while that will be happening, it's not going to be predominantly happening per episode on these. But we were controller swapping, and for Gary, he couldn't just hold X in a battle and just have it just auto-select, fight, and target, blah, blah. But for me, it was working just fine. And realize that if you're on times 3, it won't auto-select, fight, and most recently attacked opponent, blah, 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 blah. But if you aren't on times 3, you can just hold X when you have an encounter. And then it will just auto-pick a thing.
That is true. Later.
So, Gary, on the topic of Final Fantasy VII, I expect that we'll be, expanding on this later on throughout the course of stuff, or we'll have much more interesting topics once we get into the swing of everything. What was your favorite memory from Final Fantasy VII when you were playing it?
Oh boy, put me on the spot. My favorite memory of Final Fantasy VII. It's gotta be Vincent. Vincent was one of my favorite characters. I loved going through his haunted house and his story of being in the Turks. Yeah, Vincent was my boy. Vincent was my fave.
I don't know why. Vincent was the gun guy or was not?
He was the gun guy in the red jacket. He just had all the style points.
See, and it's so funny to me. For some reason, Vincent is always in my head as being the character of Sid, but still playing like Vincent. And I loved Sid because I've always just had a fascination with airships. I like dirigibles and anything vaguely steampunky. And Sid was my favorite forever because wow, just got this burpy hiccupy attack. Because of the airship, Sid was where it was at.
That's where you got the airship. And Sid is my second favorite character. I love his weapon,
Having some trouble with that ladder.
Okay, this is a callback to when we were doing the preliminary episode. I ended up just going back and forth on the ladder in times 3 mode 10 times because the controls just wouldn't register. You gotta turn off times 3 to get on the ladder to go down before you can turn it back on, is what I learned. But no, Sid was my absolute favorite with his dragon spear and his just old-timey, grumpy attitude. I love Sid.
He was like everybody's grandfather. He was like everybody's grandfather or uncle or...
Right?
Now I had something... Oh, I was gonna say... No. I was gonna say the ladder thing was what I was thinking about. I kept wanting to make jokes while you were doing the ladder thing last time about the original Mario, which I'm sure none of our listeners know what I'm talking about, but the Vine Dance? Or, if you ever watched the Super Mario Power Hour or whatever.
Are we talking about, OG Mario, or are we talking about,
straight up Mario World?
Are we talking Mario World, or are we talking about,
Super
arcade Mario with,
no.
Little baby Donkey Kong switching between the vines?
No, we're talking Super Mario Bros. For the NES.
Alright,
Mario Bros. 1.
Alright.
And when when you get to the top of the vine, and Mario would just dance and swing his arms and blah blah blah. I mean, they literally made a song about it or for the Super Mario World TV show.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the swing your arms from side to side, come on, it's time to go do the Mario.
Yeah.
And it was straight up a reference to the oh, you know, it wasn't even an Easter egg, it was just a programming thing, but it, you know, the lead hacksaws of my childhood used to get on the top of vines that you could climb for warps and blah 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 purposes, and make Mario dance, and it was just the coolest thing ever back in the 8-bit days.
I do vaguely remember that.
One of these days, I'll have to see if I can find. Oh, you know, when we set up a Patreon, you guys, there will be an exclusive if we make enough money via Patreon to purchase an original NES. That will just be us making Mario. That's not cool. I'm not gonna do this. But if we ever purchase an original NES, we'll make a short video of us making Mario dance on top of the vine. And that way all of our audience will actually know what we're talking about.
I love how this game trolls you. It's like, attack while its tail is up!
Did it actually tell you to attack?
It did! It said attack while its tail is up! Wait, next page attack. Next page of text.
Yo, you should show them what happens when you attack him, though.
I don't want it! I'm trying to do a no potion run. Alright, fine.
I'm not gonna do any particular type of run.
Oh,
We're just going to complete the game.
I just wanted to do it for style points!
That's fair. Oh man, did I tell you last time when we were playing this? Did I tell you that every time it does that search scope thing, I read it as silk scope at first?
Yeah,
And I'm
right.
like, oh, he can see the ghost that is us. Pokemans. Yeah, so we find some more topics to talk about. You got the limit break, so that's why you gotta attack him on his tail gun, so you can get that limit break.
Yeah, except it does crazy amounts of damage.
Well, yeah, that's how you get that limit break.
Or you could just play it smart and not be a
Dingus.
dingus con.
Oh man, I don't remember who I was talking with about it recently, but they didn't know who Bingus was. Bingus the cat from the internet. It was just my favorite cat because, I mean, he looks like you. I don't know why I keep talking about Pokemon. I'm in a Pokemon mood.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
I would ask who your favorite starter was, but
Alright,
we agree
here.
on that.
The
and
tail is up. Are you ready?
Didn't you already do this?
No.
Oh man. Oh, are you,
He
you're doing
takes
it with
half
that, right? Okay.
damage, and I get riggedy racked.
Racked, son.
Oh, wait, never
unless
mind,
you
he
kill
dies! Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Anyway, the tail up is a counterattack. It's a party attack, AoE attack. It's a bit of a mess.
But heavy damage, as you can potentially learn later on, though we're not going to take the time to walk through the tutorial in this, because years and years. This is, once again, this series is for our benefit, and I apologize if you don't like it. But if you do like it, let us know, blah blah blah. This is mostly so that when we become swifty, and don't remember where we're supposed to go, we can rewatch our own videos and find out what we're doing next. But, yeah, so... Man, I've been saying yeah, so a lot.
It happens. You get that on those big jobs. But,
Pretty rad. What was I talking? What were we talking about before we get ready?
oh, but I don't know. You just kind of talk.
Well, I
But
do
no,
that.
also, if anybody out there were wondering, I turned off the ×3 for the boss battle because you gotta watch when his tail is up, when his tail is down. You gotta kind of figure stuff out. You know, you gotta like take it a little bit serious. Like, you gotta pay a little bit of attention to it. So I turned it off.
There's some Final Fantasy Tic Tacs to it. Oh man, did you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics? Actually?
Oh, I love Final Fantasy Tactics. That game was my jam.
So I don't know if I played the original.
Yup. As you can see, it's just stupidly easy.
Running that clock out. Actually, it's so hard not to get out of here without with the clock even getting close enough to be threatening. No, so I only played Final Fantasy Tactics on the Game Boy Advanced. And I feel like there was more than just that one. Did you get her out?
No. I left it.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
From what I understand, you can't get out if you don't go get her.
Yeah.
You have to run back down.
No, I'm... alright, fine. I was just gonna show them what I did.
I mean, do you.
No,
Live our best life.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I want that on a t-shirt. I want a t-shirt that says "Live our best life."
Hey, girl. Let me just spend my life talking to you while this bomb ticks down. Oh, your leg got stuck. It
Gary.
sounds so
Let
cool.
Let her out. For all of the reasons. Oh man. They told me I were gonna edit this podcast. Well, I probably will. I'm gonna censor because I don't know if we've sworn yet, but I do swear a lot.
I've been trying really hard not to.
Me too when I'm thinking about it. And when I'm not thinking about it, it's a problem. I also, one of these days, I'll get the ums out, dude. Like, back when I was podcasting,
I don't like it. Also, we found...
I am the Digimon
Emperor! Call out to Team 4-Star, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't speak for... Well, I did watch a fair amount of the DBZ abridged, but the Digi abridged, or Digimon abridged, the abridging of the movie. That's
so good.
Yeah, that's one of my like, I'm in a rough place, I need an uplift, and it works every time.
So it's literally the best of my life.
Well, Leo Pleurodon knows when rolling. Yeah, I said it.
You just put two memes together and I love it.
Put it on t-shirt. Put it on
Charlie! Dear Boromon knows when, Charlie!
So, clearly, shout out to Charlie the Unicorn, which... Oh, I don't know. If we've got millennials listening to this watching this show...
That's what I was gonna say earlier, is don't,
I know, don't assume age.
Don't assume a demographic, you know? There might be cool, poopy fruits that just like it because of reasons.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, and no offense to any of the younger kids out there, but I assume anybody watching a Final Fantasy VII playthrough is probably
there for the nostalgia. Yeah. No, I can totally understand.
You're probably about our age, and that's fine.
But we won't talk
not old.
about all our age.
We're not old.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Messing around, still got 2 minutes left on the clock. Easy game, easy life. No potion run.
Blam. I also love that it took you approximately 2 minutes to pick her up after she tripped, because, I mean, that thing exploded once you were at the end of the gangplank. Gangway?
Yeah, Gangplank, I think, is a pirate ship. Gangway is like a catwalk thing, in my opinion.
Catwalk is definitely a more appropriate term, I'm sure.
Yeah. Tomato, potato.
Oh,
Let's
potato. Did I ever so, when I was a kid, I used to think that one of the funniest jokes, because, like, I think there was a commercial or something that referenced that the song's called Let's Call the Whole Thing Off, which, if I remember, I'll link down in the below. But that's the song is the I say tomato, you say tomato. I say potato, you say potato. And I always thought it would be funny, like, to see somebody sing that song.
Hi, girl,
but,
hey.
like, they just don't get it. So they're like, I say potato, you say potato. I say tomato, you say tomato. And it exists, and probably existed before I was born. Actually, I don't think it's quite that yet. Yeah, go ahead and talk, but keep the game moving.
Well, no, I had to raise my hand because I wanted to talk to you. So apparently, this is a new thing that I found out with my life, with our previous playthrough, is that apparently you can take a character out on a date and you can choose which one you can date based off of the actions and the dialogues you do in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, who do we want to date?
You know, I think that we should let them comment for anybody listening, and if we have enough comments one way or the other, we will choose that. But in the interim, we should discuss off-camera. Go ahead and just pick the first option. I mean, it's just not rude.
So we'll just play the nice guy route until...
Yeah, until we've got a choice.
Alright, so all of those out there watching, we can go with Eris, we can go with Tifa, we can go with Yuffie, apparently, I'm told, or we can go with Barrett.
And I mean, like, clearly the date with Barrett, that was the one all my friends went with. And in the modern day, I feel like it's even more progressive.
There we go.
I was gonna say even more funny, but like it was funny then, and it had nothing to do with the implications or connotations or anything like that. It was just you were supposed to go on a date with one of these other one of these other characters, and instead went with the dude that kind of dislikes you. Oh, you're gonna fight him this time! Get that axe!
Well, I was just wondering what would happen if I didn't pick a thing, and if you don't pick a thing, apparently you fight him.
Oh, yeah, that's the case. Also, though, just fight him, because, like, you wind up jumping off that cliff either way.
Gotta get that XP!
Well, it's really more about the kill, I think, for the XP.
I'm not worried about monies.
Money! Yeah, I really am trying to shoot for an older audience, but talking as if I'm
It's fine, everything's fine, don't worry about it, baby. Oh, I'm taking it from both sides.
That's good.
Why? That sounded pretty platonic in my book.
I have no idea what's getting edited. I'm literally going to let my sober brain decide what gets kept and what doesn't. Though, I don't know, if we ever set up Patreon, might have unedited episodes with, like, content warning that we're terrible people.
I mean, as we are.
Available on there, probably behind $1 paywall, because, I mean, seriously, we have real jobs, kind of. I would love to make money making videos, but nobody wants to listen to me talk for money.
Don't make yourself. It's so blasé.
Blasé.
No, I would love to make
Laissez-faire.
videos too. But I also just kind of want to hang out and have fun and hope people have fun with me.
You know, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Oh, excuse me. I want to make a joke about current times while I'm clearing my throat, but I'm not gonna, because I think that's one of those things that gets monetized.
I don't know what you mean by the current times, but keep it to yourself, baby.
Don't worry, I won't. No, I'm not gonna say that. Trying to keep this family friendly is difficult, given how you and I interact.
Oh, bruh. Let me tell you about it.
Oh, I know. I've been watching you this whole time. I'm literally staring at the side of your head like I'm that cute girl in math class that you never noticed. Well, pardon me. You never noticed me looking at you, but you also had a crush on her. I'm that girl right now. Don't say any real names.
I wasn't even thinking about it. Might have been thinking about it, but I wasn't thinking about it.
Well, I'm saying, like, you feel welcome to think about her.
Let's go. Give me what you got.
Oh, Jessie was like...
Look at her. She's got a belly full of dynamite and a booty like... Oh!
I mean, don't objectify the characters.
Bruh, she's nothing but polygons. How can you get mad at me for this?
Do you remember when an even lower res game all about the tunes and the rating of them was popular because that Porygon was stacked, taking it back to Pokemon's. So
No, I don't think I ever played that game.
I never did. I actually
Just
never
kidding.
played it. I had friends that did. And
Okay,
I don't know.
so
I've heard they're good. Actually, like I have no judgments. I just
Alright,
never played.
here's the thing. As a child,
game moving
well, why don't you take over controller?
because we aren't going to controller swap through these. I'm keeping the conversation alive.
Oh my god! And the time I want to talk, you're like,
all
no, you can't do that. You go to. All right, fine. I'm just gonna mash buttons then while
That's
I
fine.
talk. No, I played that game as a child. Are we allowed to say the name?
Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played that game as a child, and all I remember is never beating the game or actually playing the game, just using the cheat codes. That's all I remember. But then I played it as an older individual, and I actually played the game, and I was like, wow, this game's really good, with extraordinarily awful controls.
I was gonna say, so I've heard it had a really compelling storyline, and I guess I didn't hear the controls were really bad, but like detection was really bad. Like, if you didn't hit the ledge just right or whatever, and like, given that jumping up ledges was a huge part of the mechanics,
Yeah.
but if you didn't hit it just right, she wouldn't grab on or something.
Oh, it was definitely one of those games where, like, the controls were totes wonks, and you had to hit everything picture perfect. But I mean, you got to kill a Tyrannosaurus, or at least shoot him in the face with a pistol. So that's something.
I mean,
Actually, that might have been Tomb Raider 2, I can't remember.
yeah,
But no, I did honestly try to play it. It was one of those games like Grand Theft Auto. As a child, I played, well, not as a child, I was a young adolescent, they might be called these days. You know,
I think I
13,
was
14,
12
15.
when I played Grand Theft Auto 2, which was nothing
Right.
like the Grand Theft Auto anybody knows.
Right. I started on Grand Theft Auto 3. I got it. Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City in a bundle pack for my birthday
that's
on
a
like
good bundle.
on like my 14th birthday, because apparently my parents didn't know what Grand Theft Auto was, and they just bought a thing off of my wish list. Thanks, Obama. So anyway, I got that going for me, and I played that for the first time, and it was just like, I'm using nothing but cheat codes. I don't care about the story or the missions. I just want to blow stuff up. And that
Actually,
was fun when I was a
gonna
young
say,
kid.
well-
But then I played it again when I was in my mid-20s, and I actually beat GTA 3 and 4, no cheat codes at all, OG style. And I'm glad I did. It was actually a really cool game.
So
Both of them were.
I'm not gonna poop on you at all, but I was gonna say, like, GTA actually has a far better storyline than anybody just hearing about it would think. Which I think at this point in its history, people have to be aware. Oh, rattling the mic. Yup, what?
My apologies. My legs are longer than I thought they were.
Gonna refrain from making a joke there.
God, look at that kid just going crazy.
They're dancing. It's a rave.
Kid in the background going crazy.
See, I told you it's a rave. I can't. Oh, we're gonna have to edit some of the
Whoa!
text.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they've got some no-no
They
text.
straight up
Yeah,
dropped the,
yeah,
the,
in our-
the
In
the
our
R-bomb.
preliminary playthrough, they've
off
dropped
the
some
screen.
no-no.
Get off! Like, I don't want to have to slap a picture of whatever I'm gonna slap up there. It's that long.
Don't tell me to live my life. You're not my real dad.
Even though I look like him. Anyway, no, so the thing about cheat codes in GTA, though, is, honestly, they didn't really make it easier. But they added to the fun.
They did make it more fun.
Like, I loved me some cars could fly, or the summon a tank.
Or just being able to spawn rocket launchers or flamethrowers.
Yeah.
You could just, do cool guy stuff.
Right. I mean, because, well, cool person stuff.
Okay,
Let's be we'll be inclusive.
I don't mean to exclude.
Actually, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Maybe agitate some people. It's not the intention. I'm going to say cool dude stuff because I've always believed dude is a gender-neutral term.
I've always interchanged gendered stuff with dude. Like, I will call anybody a dude.
My current lady friend, I call dude all of the time. And at one point, somebody said something to me about it, and she was just like, no, I'm from California, dude. But, no, I was going to say, Kel from Good Burger put it best when he said, he's a dude, she's a dude, they're a dude, because we're all dudes, yeah? And, I mean, like, that includes your guys, gals, and I don't remember where I picked it up from, but non-binary pals, like...
Give me a drink! Sorry, you were saying?
No, I'm just saying, like, hims, hers, and thems. So whether you point one direction or the other on the spectrum, or sit in the middle, or don't sit anywhere on, everyone's a dude. And, I mean, you know, if you don't want to be called dude, that's cool and that's on you, but don't use your gender as a reason to not be called dude. I don't want to. I don't want to be political.
You got feelings, and that's fine.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll
gladly respect not calling you a dude if you don't want to be called dude.
I use gender slang. Like, dude's a slang. What else would you call it? It's a...
Like,
a
what do you mean?
nomonym? A nomifier? It's a nomenclature? It's a thing. It's a placeholder for a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, like, dude, pal, bro, bruh, girl, gal, you know, chick.
Actually,
you know,
the number
stuff
of...
like that kind of stuff, you know what I'm talking about?
The number of lady types in my life that I've referred to by bro is deeply intriguing. Because that number is not 1 or less than 1. And it's definitely not 2. It's a lot.
Well, so, what I'm saying is, like, those, like, I don't even know if nomenclature is the right word. It's absolutely not it's not the right one. But I'm going to continue using it because I don't know the right one.
Placeholder was fine.
Placeholder, fine then. But, like,
I know
those words...
I know the word that you're looking for exists, but I don't know what it is offhand.
But anyway, so, like, I'm the type of individual... Don't tell me to keep it moving! Alright, I'm the type of individual that is, like, you know, GIF or GIF, right? People have all sorts of opinions about it. And in my life, I use them interchangeably. And I try to do them literally swapping them every time I say it. I talk to a person, I'll be like, hey pal, did you see that GIF I sent you? Yeah, it was a really cool GIF. No, I thought that GIF that you sent was better, but no, I really like this GIF. You know, I'll just swap them interchangeably. And I do that with, like, male, female, nomenclature, other word, right word, placeholder things. I will literally call dudes, like, baby, and I will
I'll vouch. Gary calls me baby all of the time.
I call dudes baby, and I call chicks dudes, or pal, or friend, or I just randomly swap stuff up just to keep it fresh and interesting because it doesn't really matter.
You called me baby.
Oh, baby, don't worry about it.
Oh, that does help. I swear to God, I'm gonna start slapping you.
Move the mic if you don't want me to kick it with my freakishly long legs. That aren't actually that long, you just have the mic in an awkward spot.
I know. We'll have a better setup in the future. Maybe not the next episode. What was that Simpsons book? Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Later that day. We'll definitely not have this fixed by the end of the episode. You're just gonna have to listen to Gary keep kicking the microphone and call him out in the comments. Call him a butt.
Sometimes I get excited.
Call Gary a butt in the comments.
Oh my God! Why did I just wake up in your basement?
Right? Weren't you trying to leave?
All I wanted to do was leave this house.
They offer you money and then you woke up in the basement.
Bear, give me my money!
Oh man, remember this scene?
Oh no, I'm just gonna tell him I won't understand. Oh my god, will it let me skip the tutorial?
Oh god, I hope.
It let me skip the tutorial. Alright guys,
so nice.
if I chose the other option, we'd be literally sitting here because you can't fast forward through. We'd be sitting here for 15 minutes.
I was gonna say, it might not have been a full 15, but it was real close.
But it was
to
like
15
5 to 10 minutes.
On ×3. It was baffling.
Why would the little girl work in the bar?
Right, she's definitely not old enough to work in an establishment like this.
Alright, we gotta go over here. We gotta buy some stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've already got the assault gun. Barrett. What was the last one? Did we already have
grenades?
Oh yeah.
We didn't grenades.
I never used grenades. What? Is it just like a damage thing?
Yeah, they're just an item you can use to cause AoE damage that does, you know, like butts damage, but whatever.
Butts damage.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Oh, this is the tutorial area. I was about to be like, don't you have to talk to him? Anybody watching this and thinking about playing it themselves, if you come up here and you talk to everybody, they will explain to you how the game works, which, along with us having gone through that recently, once again, I do apologize. We're not making these videos for you, though we will gladly change up how we play them for you. Gary, it's not a mimic. Don't make that joke again.
I'm gonna live my life. My real guy. Anyway, also to people watching me do the saves, we do a 2 save system route. That way we've got a backup. We alternate back and forth. That way in case things go wonks, we won't have to restart. We'll just have to back up, you know.
Right. Oh,
an amount of time.
So I never played the remake. You were telling me that the remake included like this dude's backstory. Is that?
Yeah, it included a lot. Like, don't get me wrong. The first time I played Final Fantasy VII was literally over 20 years ago. And I didn't remember this dude. Like, I remembered all of the parts, I remember the main storylines, I remembered the things, but I didn't remember this guy. So I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they're like, hey, here's this dude Johnny. He's Tifa's friend. And, like, we're gonna give him a backstory and make him a character. And I'm just like, oh, Final Fantasy VII Remake, why do you do this to me? And then all of a sudden I play this game again during the preliminary playthrough, and I'm like, OMG, Becky, this Johnny guy was here like the whole time.
Yeah, I never played the remake. You might have to do one of those. You know, well, I don't know. We shouldn't be planning for too many games until we at least get closer to finishing this one. But we should definitely have, like, depending on how much we like doing this series, we should absolutely keep going. I think Salt and Sanctuary might be fun to throw on here.
That'd be a good one.
I love me some Salt. And I don't know. We'll put it to you guys also. If you're enjoying this, and we'll probably bring it up later on, I'm sure. So maybe if you didn't start at the beginning. It's funny that I'm talking about this on our first episode. If you didn't start at the beginning.
You're right.
But yeah, if you would like to see us play a game, and I don't know, with other ones, we will probably talk about the game itself. This one, I mean, like, so this is a game that has been out for, way too close to 30 years.
Yeah, at least 25.
Right?
Well, 24. 24 or 25. Math is hard.
I feel like 97?
No, we talked about it the other night. It came out, didn't we talk about it then? Or were we talking
I was going to say, we were talking about something, and I was dead on, and that dead on was 97, and I think it was this.
I think it was 97
that
or
this
98.
Was released.
Yeah. It was the very lates of the 90s. Back when I was but a boy.
Yeah, so it's been that long, baby.
Oh, Jesse.
It's so funny, I was trying not to say so I said baby instead.
That's fair. But you did say and I was like, butter what?
No.
Nailed
Oh
it.
my god, so there was, for the original PlayStation, there was a Final Fantasy.
It's called a Game Shark.
No, it wasn't Game Shark for the PlayStation. It was Action Replay for the PlayStation, which I didn't have. No, there was a Harvest Moon game for the PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and like my whole household when I was a kid got way too into that game, and I was way too competitive and already better at that game than my household.
Are we talking about Fusion Frenzy?
No.
Because that game was a game that destroyed households.
Well, this didn't destroy households, but...
Correction, I just destroyed my household at that game.
Well, you just set your house on fire so that you could win that game.
Tomato, potato, let's get at her.
No, so, in Harvest Moon, I keep trying to say Final Fantasy. Quit destructing me, Gary. I'm also trying not to say In Harvest Moon, for the PlayStation, you could hire elves that would like come work your crops, like either harvest or water or blah blah blah, or they would like feed your animals or like shear them and harvest them. And when you talk to them, they would emphasize everything with the phrase "but B-U-D-D-U-M." And we found out after we all got way too obsessed with that game that my whole household growing up used the phrase "but all the time, because anytime any member of the house would go "but everyone in the household would go "but and that has just always stuck with me in the dumbest fashion possible. Oh, so I think we should show them the guard harvesting.
Oh, of course I was going to.
On the next episode.
Oh, okay.
And we should save just as soon as we possibly can at this point.
Alright.
And I think we can do that right after this.
Negatory Ghost Rider. Our last save point wasn't earlier, but we can...
Well, how soon is the newest save? Or the soonest save?
We're gonna be tossed into the subway, we're gonna have to go through the vents, we're gonna have to infiltrate the base, blow up the mega reactor. I would imagine before the boss. Don't tell me how to live it. You literally asked for my endpoint, you what?
I just could have sworn there was a save once you get thrown off the screen, or jump off the screen.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. We should probably start wrapping it up here shortly, and maybe we'll just start the next episode with the guard harvesting, if we don't have a save when we get out of here.
It literally will not let me pass. Tifa! Move!
I love that the lighting is making Tifa look like she's got a beard drawn on.
I was gonna say this.
I didn't notice that when we played through it last time. I don't know if this is a better TV or a worse TV or what the deal is. But Cloud still doesn't look like he has a beard. Oh man, I can't wait till we get to the scene where he's in the town trying to...
Move, B! Get out of the way! Get out of the way, B! Get out of the way!
No, it's move, Tifa! Get out the way! Get out the way, Tifa! Get out the way!
You, sir, are a better individual than I.
I'm a scholarly gentleman.
You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar.
There you go. Anyway, we got anything?
We just jumped out of a train. Really, I want to show you that cool spot where we can just farm guards, but...
Tell you what, let's head back there, farm guards. And we'll end the episode farming guards.
Okay.
And...
Oh, actually... Alright, we'll start farming the guards.
Is there
and
a
we'll end... No. We'll just end farming the guards.
Yeah.
We can just throw this into rest mode or whatever until the next time we record. And And maybe if somebody watches, they will tell us how many guards we need to farm, or we should farm, to see if there's an end to the guards. Because we farmed at least 20 guards.
We farmed so many guards. So, I was explaining to Gary, when we were playing through this portion the first time, the preliminary, to make sure that we knew what was coming for us, that I swear if you get kicked off of the train early, excuse me, I don't know, every time I start talking I suddenly get all bubbly.
It's probably just God telling you to shut up.
I was going to say,
Nailed it.
Fair. I was going to say, because it's not when I'm talking, it's when I'm orating. When I'm like, yeah, squat, everything I say is important. Shut up, Gary, I don't sound like that.
I didn't say a single gosh darn thing.
No, I just like the idea of me doing a bad impression
Here
of me and
are
then blaming
the
it on you.
guards.
So this here is where we'll fight the guards, and we'll fight a couple before we end this recording while I just finish up what I was saying. I feel like if you get kicked off sooner rather than later, such as letting the timer run out or whatever, it's closer to this segment. And I don't remember. We forgot to... Well, I guess we didn't even discuss getting kicked off early this time. But yeah, you can do this and farm up some XP and antidotes.
Antidotes for days!
Well, the crazy part is, like, those antidotes move for, what was it, 50 gil? Like
40?
40
a pop?
And, well...
We made like $2,000 off the antidotes before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's not a lot, but you keep this up until your characters hit level 15, which is a little overpowered and takes way too long, and we're definitely not gonna do that. Okay, we might do that this time, but we're not going to show that in the video. But yeah, we had plenty of antidote. Gary, I keep saying do you have anything you'd like to say to sign out with?
Well, I hope you kids come around next time. It's been a pleasure and a privilege. I'll just be here mashing buttons until you get back.
Farming all them guards. Guard farming. Well, I was going to say, you can always find me on Twitter. That's me, Badger. At KingBadger Says on Twitter. And Gary, you don't have social media.
I don't believe in social media. It is the biggest downfall of our country.
That's fair.
But no, I don't do social media.
I think I have a Facebook, but I haven't used it in forever. And we don't have a Patreon yet. We'll get to that at some point.
I accidentally ran away.
Oh yeah, just so you know, if you run away, you can always run back.
No, I stopped social media back
You say back when Trump was president, but that wasn't nearly as long ago as it. Like, it's not like being like, that was back when the first Bush was president. Oh, I'm old enough to remember not only when people said that, but realize how long ago they were talking about when they were saying that.
I'm pretty sure there was only one Bush, and the only thing he had to his presidency was
strategic.
Am I allowed to say he did?
Well, you just did, but I believe technically not.
Well,
and it's not because of the saying he did it, it's because, man, YouTube demonetizes it random even though it's been 20 years. And I'm not saying it wasn't a tragedy, and I'm not saying we should take a look at that.
Thank God for editing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to wind up leaving this stuff. Well, I'll edit it so it makes sense.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Figure it out. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, at KingBadger Says. Find GaryTheTuna on PlayStation Network as GaryTheTuna. That is who I am. I hope you're down for playing with any of our potential fans. For the record,
play
they're all
Rocket
me.
League.
He does, actually.
Carry me, senpai.
He does play all of the Rocket League, and I mean, if you hit him up and want to play Rocket League, I'm sure he'll play Rocket League with you. I was about to make a joke, but then you started talking about Rocket League. I was gonna be like, if any of our fans decide to follow you, and I was like, Well, all the people watching this video already do. That's me. That's me. Anyway, Guard Farmin', follow me on Twitter. We don't have a Patreon. Subscribe, ring the bell, blah, blah, blah. Have a good night. Have a good day. Live your best life. But we had a sign out that I liked like 2 weeks ago.
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other.
I don't know.
All
We have a
right.
sign out.
Yeah, I thought we did, but I can't remember it. We've been talking about doing this way longer than we've been doing this.
I mean, you're not wrong. We'll figure it out next time.
Figured it. Alright, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and tune in next time, I suppose.
Catch you on the flip side.
Flippity flip.